Hey guys, I see a couple of you guys are joining. I'll just wait till enough people have joined and then we'll begin. Hello Shalini. Hi Shailaja. Hi Nosad. Okay, so I see enough people have started tuning in. So guys, welcome back to another live session by Amul India, and I am Chef Ridhima Sood. If you guys have seen, I have done a couple of live videos with Amul earlier, and today we are going to do a really quick recipe. But before that, I'll introduce myself. I am a Bombay-based chef and I run a small home business by the name Low Home Bistro, where I take orders for cakes and savory chickens and everything like that. So you can check the link in the description box. You can go check my Instagram to find interesting recipes. And today we are making beetroot cheese bombs, which is a very quick recipe, requires very few ingredients, and I will just run you all through the ingredients right now. So here I am going to be using Amul cheese slices cubes, and here this is beetroot powder mixed with corn flour, you can see. So the reason I'm using beetroot powder for this session is because due to monsoon I am not able to get my hands on good quality beetroot. But if y'all don't have the powder, y'all can totally use boiled and grated beetroot in place of this. I will be mentioning the quantities and putting up a detailed recipe on my Instagram post this session. So yeah, y'all can find it there. Other than that, I'm using 2 boiled potatoes. I'm using 2 tablespoons of corn flour. This is going to be for the coating. I'm also using some breadcrumbs over here, which is also for the coating. Then I'm using about 100 grams of grated paneer. Now this paneer is going to go half in the mixture with potato and beetroot and the spices as a binding agent, and half of the paneer is going to go in the Amul cheese cubes that I'm going to be grating for you guys to prepare the filling. The spices that we are using will be salt, red chili powder, zira powder, that is also known as cumin powder, and coriander powder, that is dhania powder. So it's a very basic recipe. There's not too much to do. I'll just start off with it and I'll make sure that you're able to see all the ingredients. So first I will just prepare the filling, that is the cheese and paneer. So for that, I'll tell you all what to do. Just adjust the camera. Yeah. So here I am first going to grate cheese over here. I'm going to take a plate and I'm going to grate cheese into it. I'll take my grater and I'm just taking Amul cheese slices, cubes. Make sure that your cube is not very cold or like very hard, and neither is it completely room temperature, because at complete room temperature you will not be able to grate it well. So I'm taking 2 cheese cubes over here. Since cheese is a filling, so be generous with it. Y'all can have your questions coming in the comment box. Once I'm done with the whole process, I will be going through the comments and replying to all the queries. So here as y'all can see, we've already grated the cheese. I'm going to add some paneer to this and I'm going to bind this into a dough-like mixture. Just going to take the grater aside. So this was the 100 grams of grated paneer. I'm just going to take half of this. I'm going to add it in. Alright, so I've added half of this over here. Half of it I'm going to reserve for the outer shell covering. Now I just have to mix this and knead this really well so that it binds into a dough-like structure. Also, we will not add any spices to this. If you all want, you all can go ahead and be creative and experiment and add things to your filling. But I prefer to leave it plain because our outer covering already has too many flavors and we don't want anything to overpower. Also, I'm not using any ginger garlic paste over here. I'm doing a very basic recipe, but if you all want, you all can go ahead and add ginger garlic paste and any other spices of choice. See, This has almost started coming together like a dough now. So Amul paneer, what you get the Amul paneer, you can soak it in warm water for say 20 minutes or so, and then after that you can just simply grate it. I'll just show you all how this looks. You can see how this is coming together like a dough. Okay, this is really mixed well. Now I just have to set this aside. So I'll just clean my hands quickly with the next step. Give me. Meantime, y'all can have your queries coming in and I will answer all the queries once I'm done with the whole process and after showing y'all what I'm doing. I'm just going to clean the work surface here. Make sure the surface you're working in, the place you're working in is always neat and hygienic. You don't want bacteria building up. So, okay, meantime, before I start with the process, I'm just going to light up the gas and put my oil for heating so that we have enough time for that. So, put my oil for heating. We are going to be deep frying these bombs. Now, I'm going to take a larger plate. Alright. And I'm going to add in my boiled potatoes. It's my 2 boiled potatoes. If you all want, you all can use grated potatoes. I'll quickly just grate them with the same grater I grated cheese with. If you grate your potatoes, it's easier to form your mixture and bind whatever you're putting in. You can totally just mash it with hand as well. There's no hard and fast. I prefer grating. You can see how well this is grating and coming out. This is going to be completely easy to use once this is done. So just take it all out. Okay. Now that's 2 boiled potatoes that I've taken. Now to this I'm just gonna add in my paneer first. I hope it's visible, guys. Okay, so I just saw someone ask me the question, where do I get beetroot powder in Mumbai? So beetroot powder is easily available on Amazon or any other grocery store. So that's about 50 grams of grated paneer to 2 boiled potatoes. Alright. Now I'm gonna add in corn flour and beetroot powder to this. So you all can see that I had kept the beetroot powder and corn flour. So this is 2 tablespoons of corn flour and 1 tablespoon of beetroot powder. I have mixed it is because it's anyways going to get mixed once it goes inside, and also because mixing this and adding this helps the whole mixture bind really well because you're going to be frying it. So I'm just going to put this in now. Make sure you take all of it. Now that this is in, I'm just quickly going to wash my hands and add in the spices. Y'all can have your questions coming in. I will answer everything post the process is over. So I'm first adding in coriander powder. So I'm adding about a teaspoon of it. That's it. Then I'm adding some cumin powder. Again, about a teaspoon of it. Now I'll go ahead with some red chili powder. I'm adding very little of the red chili powder because the one that I'm using is extremely spicy. So I'm going to add just about half a teaspoon. If you're using degi mirch, you can go ahead with more of it because it's not going to be very spicy. So you will have to figure out the chili powder quantity based on how spicy your chili is. If you want, you can also add in fine chopped green chilies along with your ginger garlic paste to this. Now I'm adding in salt. Add salt as per taste. Okay, there are people who've asked me questions about how to use fresh beetroot over here. So like I mentioned that to use fresh beetroot, the way you're boiling potatoes, you can boil your beetroots along with it, and then you can just grate your beetroot the same way how you grated potatoes, and you can mix the whole mixture. Just one thing, when you're using fresh beetroots, you'll have to increase your quantity of corn flour, or else you can do one thing is you can add 2 tablespoons of corn flour, and along with it you can add 2 tablespoons of rice flour. That's only because beetroot has a lot of water content, so we don't want anything to not bind properly. So we'll just mix this well. We have to be very careful while doing this process of mixing, because beetroot we've added in a powdered form. Usually what happens is, if you're mixing it in doughs like these, the beetroot tends to lump up. So you have to try and avoid that process, that beetroot lumping, because while eating you all will have a very weird taste of just beetroot in one place, and then the whole flavored cover shell at one place. So to avoid that, just mix this really well. Okay, now you all can see this is all come together. So this quantity of 2 potatoes that I've taken with 50 grams of paneer will make you easily around 6 of the beetroot bombs over here. So yeah, this is ready. Now I'll again quickly wash my hands and show you all what to do next. Now when we start shaping this, I would suggest you all to have a little bit of oil on your hand, like grease your palms with a little bit of oil, so that this just shapes really well. So here I'm just gonna add some oil to my palm. Okay, that's a lot of it, but yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna like rub my palm nicely. Okay, now I'm just gonna shape this first. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take small portions. Okay, now I won't directly shape this into a ball. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna kind of flatten it out, how we flatten out tikkies. Now I'm gonna take my palm, I'm gonna fold it, take my thumb and press it. So I'm gonna press it like this, creating a well. So it'll become like a conical. I'll just show it to you all. Don't press it too much, because we don't want this to break. We need this to bind really well while you're doing this. So this is what I have created. You all can see this is like a cone, and this is like a well inside it. So this is how you will create the well. Okay, once this is done, you're just gonna take this mixture here. One second, let me just make some space. I'm just gonna take a part of this ready mixture that we made. Alright, and I'm going to kind of in my hand shape this up a little into a ball, so we can just stuff it in. Alright, now once this is stuffed in, you see these edges that are a bit on the top. Just gonna keep slightly folding this in. Alright, now we're gonna take this part and we're gonna put it on the bottom of the part. We're gonna start shaping this into a ball. And then once it's all together, we will just roll it. You can see how we've made a stuffed ball over here. So we have to make 6 of these with the entire batter. So after we are done with this, we'll be coating it with the corn flour and breadcrumbs. Like, we'll make a slurry using the corn flour by adding water to it, and we will be then coating it with breadcrumbs and freezing it for at least 30 minutes to 1 hour. So I have already kept a batch ready. So once we are done making these, I will show you all how to fry those. My oil is already heating. So I made another conical the same way. I'm going to take some mixture. I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to seal it in the same manner. Okay, I hope it's all visible, guys. So y'all can make the balls in whichever way y'all are comfortable in. I just prefer doing the conical ones because it's easier to bind and shape once your filling is inside, and also because there is a well, you can only put a certain amount of filling. Usually when you're making balls in your regular way, people tend to overstuff it, and then it starts cracking. So creating a well like this and a cone like this avoids the cracking bit. When you take your filling also, you're supposed to kind of shape it as per your well. If you want, you can just make a ball like this. You can just have it in. Alright. Now just seal it. I'll show you all how to coat these now, and then I'll show you all how to fry the ones that we've already kept ready. I'll just quickly make all of these. Make sure that you have enough oil in your hand in the very first round that you're doing this, because we won't be able to take the oil again and again. And it's totally fine to be using beetroot powder if you don't have fresh beetroot. It just tastes exactly the same. There's no difference in taste. I'll just kind of smoothen this out and divide it into two portions, because we have to be making two. Like I said, the quantities that I took, 2 potatoes and 50 grams of paneer, it will give you around 6 bombs like these, and 50 grams of paneer with 2 cheese cubes. If you want to have less cheese, you can increase the quantity of paneer and put in just 1 cheese cube also. That's also fine. Usually just using 1 cheese cube to 50 grams of paneer is like enough for the 6 balls. So this is big. We'll have to take this into a smaller portion so that it goes in, and then we can press some more inside later. Right? Now I will just seal this. I see a lot of queries have been coming in. I will answer them once we are done with this whole process. So you all can keep them coming. I will scroll through all the comments and reply back. Even if I do miss out on some queries, you all can totally reach out to me on my Instagram handle that goes by the name Chef Riddhi Masood, and I will be happy to reply to you guys and help you out. Now I'm just going to put this in, and we're ready. Alright. So now 6 of these are ready, like I said. Now I'll just quickly wash my hands and be back so that I can show you all the further process. Okay, so now I'm quickly going to take my corn flour. I'm going to add in some water to it. Someone's asked me, filling is cheese and paneer only. Yes, filling is cheese and paneer only. You can take whatever filling you want other than that. So here is 2 tablespoons of corn flour. I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of water to this. I could find only a smaller spoon. Since I could find a smaller, like a teaspoon, I've added like 10 teaspoons of water to 2 tablespoons of corn flour. And what is that? I'll just quickly mix this. So here our slurry is ready. I'm just gonna add some more water to it. So we don't have to make this like really thick. We just have to make this for it to, you know, kind of make your balls kind of moist so that the breadcrumbs can stick. Now this is done. Now what I'm gonna do next is I have my breadcrumbs here. Just give me a second, guys. So I am quickly just going to be taking, I hope this is all visible, right? So I'm gonna be dipping this in here, just making the whole thing moist. See, it's now very thick. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna put the breadcrumbs on top. Okay, now I'll start rolling it a little. So we just have to make sure the breadcrumbs stick well. Now you all, once I pick this up, you all will notice, you know, these are these gaps over here which are slightly. So to cover those up, because we didn't take a really thick layer and we don't want something very thick on the outside, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip my hand into the slurry and I'm gonna kind of put, if I dip this back in, my breadcrumb coating is gonna come out. So I'm just gonna dip this instead. Alright, I'm just gonna do this instead. I'm gonna pick up some more crumbs and I'm gonna shape it back into a ball. So you see, this helps it coat really well. Also, it doesn't make your coating very thick. So similar way, you have to coat all of them and you have to make sure that you freeze them after coating for just an hour. So I'll coat one more and show. So first I will moisten it over here and then I will just roll it into the crumbs. Alright, now I'm just going to repeat the same process that I did for the other one, that is getting this here. This just ensure that the crumbs that you've put stick well and don't leave any opening to your beetroot bomb so that it doesn't break open when you're frying it. We don't want it to break in the hot oil and for the cheese to splatter, so this is a very important step. So here we've coated 2 of these. I've already kept 6 of these ready. I'm just gonna check if our oil has heated up so that we can move ahead. So I'm just gonna drop this in the oil and check. So oil is well heated. I'm quickly gonna go wash my hands, clear the area and show you all the pieces I've kept ready. I will be freezing them for 30 minutes. So I have already frozen some and kept. I'm gonna be bringing them out now. So these are the ones that are already frozen. I made 6 of these. So once we fry them, I'm gonna take in all the questions. So have the questions coming in. Someone's calling them gulab jamun. Yeah, they look pretty and pink. I really like how they look. So I'm just gonna dip them in the oil and then move the camera there, because I won't be able to hold the tripod from one hand and fry from one hand. So just give me a minute, guys. This is how it looks once it's frozen. So it's gonna be all intact. So these were frozen for an hour. Just gonna quickly start dropping them into the oil. So we have to only fry till these become golden brown. We don't have to do much. So I'm just going to be frying the time so I can show it to you all also. So I'll just keep on that. Another thing, if you guys don't want to deep fry it, or you guys don't want to make balls out of it, you all can very well shape them into tikkis and pan fry them or shallow fry them, however you all want. If you all have an air fryer, you all can even air fry it. So that's completely fine. Also make sure while you all drop this in, your oil is super hot, because everything here is cooked. We don't have to cook. Corn flour and breadcrumb don't take too long to cook. We just want a nice coating to the color and a nice crispiness and a crunch before we have this out. So just keep pouring the oil like that on top. Turn it around. You see this has started catching the color over here. These are like really nice and pretty looking kebabs, or sorry, balls. So yeah, you don't have to fry them too much, just till the color comes in. Also at high temperature, because if it's in for too long, ये फट सकता है, and that's something we don't want, right? It's gonna take a while till it turns golden. In the meantime, I'm gonna take in some questions. So I just have to turn this once. Someone's asked me बीटरूट पाउडर कैसे बनाया है. तो बीटरूट पाउडर मैंने बनाया नहीं है, मैंने स्टोर बॉट लिया है. इट इज़ वेरी इजीली अवेलेबल ऑन अमेजोन और इवन योर अदर ग्रोसरी स्टोर्स. तो आप कहीं भी चेक कर सकते हैं. अदरवाइज आप यू कैन रीच आउट टू मी ऑन माई इंस्टाग्राम एंड आई कैन शेयर सम रियली गुड ब्रांड्स विद यू जिसका बीटरूट पाउडर एक्चुअली अच्छा है एंड दैट यू ऑल शुड बी यूजिंग, जो नेचुरल है, प्रेजर्वेटिव फ्री है, एडिटिव्स नहीं है. तो आई कुड शेयर द ब्रांड्स विद यू ऑल. फॉर दैट यू ऑल कुड रीच आउट टू मी ऑन माई इंस्टाग्राम. मेरी इंस्टाग्राम की लिंक इज इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बिलो. इट गोज बाय द नेम शेफ रिधिमा सूद. Someone's asked me, can we mix beetroot आटा? आई वुडंट सजेस्ट दैट, क्योंकि हम यहाँ टिक्की कबाब या टिक्की टाइप का कुछ एक बना रहे हैं स्टार्टर, एंड आई एम श्योर यू डोंट वांट दैट वेरी एक्सट्रीम डोई टेस्ट आटा ऐड करने से. उसका खैर आप पराठा बना सकते हैं बहुत अच्छा, बट आई वुडंट सजेस्ट दैट फॉर दिस रेसिपी. And let me just scroll down to check some more. Someone's asked me what is the filling. So for the filling I have used Amul paneer and Amul cheese. बेसिकली अमूल पनीर को आपने लाके वो ठंडा होता है, फ्रोजन होता है, तो आप उसे लाके वार्म वाटर में फॉर 30 मिनट्स रख दीजिए. वो एक बार वार्म वाटर में सॉफ्ट हो गया, उसके बाद यू कैन जस्ट ग्रेट इट ईजिली, एंड ग्रेट करने के बाद ग्रेटेड चीज क्यूब मिक्स करना है. सो द रेशियो आई टुक वाज 50 grams of grated paneer. So you can see this is almost done. Sorry, I've been cutting the recipe over here by, so I will just get this out. बस हमें इसे इतना ही फ्राई करना है, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं करना है. दैट्स द अमाउंट ऑफ फ्राइंग इट. आई एम गोना टेक इन अनदर वन एंड इन द मीन टाइम आई एम गोना टेक सम क्वेश्चंस एज वेल. फिलिंग के लिए जैसे मैं कह रही थी, आई हैव यूज्ड 50 ग्राम्स ऑफ पनीर एंड 2 चीज क्यूब्स grated. Then what other questions are there? Someone's asked me, have you used panko? Yes, I've used panko breadcrumbs. You can use any breadcrumbs that you'd like. For the spices, I have kept a very minimal level of spices in this. I've used chili powder, coriander powder, cumin powder and salt. I've not added a lot. You all can totally go ahead and add in ginger garlic paste and a fine chopped green chili and any other spices that you all would like. You all could also reduce the quantity of salt and add in about a little bit of chaat masala to your recipe. That would also totally work. Someone's asked me, how did you make breadcrumbs? So I did not make breadcrumbs again. I used store-bought ones, but it's easy to make. You can just toast the bread a little till it's like semi-soft, not extremely hard and not extremely soft. After toasting them, the best way to toast it would be dry toasting on the pan, or otherwise just putting it in the oven for 10 minutes at 180 degree and then blending them into a coarse powder in your blender. Okay, now what other questions are there? I've used regular oil that we use at home for cooking. There's no specific oil for this. You can use any oil of choice. You can fry together, but I prefer frying one at a time. So yeah, because कभी कभी क्या होता है कि ये फट जाता है even after all the precautions you take, और फिर जो बाकी सारे होते हैं वो spoil हो जाते हैं. So that is the only reason I prefer frying one at a time. But आप एक टाइम पे एक से ज़्यादा भी फ्राई कर सकते हैं. एंड एज यू कैन सी, बिकॉज ये ऑलरेडी इसमें इतनी हीट होती है कि हमने जहाँ तक फ्राई किया था उसके बाद ये ठंडा होते होते भी इसने अपना कलर पकड़ा है. ये इससे ज़्यादा ब्राउन मत कीजिएगा, इट विल बर्न. ये बीटरूट है, इट इज़ पिंक ऑन द आउटसाइड, सो ये इतना ही कलर पकड़ेगा. यू ऑल कैन सी दिस हैज ऑलमोस्ट गॉट द कलर. आई एम जस्ट गोना गेट दिस आउट एज वेल. I am going to be posting a complete detailed recipe and the picture of this whole product on my Instagram today by end of the day. So you all can find the recipe there, and also you all can follow me on Instagram. I do share a lot other recipes. Someone's asked, can we use dry herbs too, like oregano? Yes, you can use oregano. Totally. आप कोई herbs use कर सकते हैं. आप इसमें Italian herbs use करके इसे Italian twist भी दे सकते हैं. That's completely up to you. So someone asked me, is the beetroot boiled? I have used beetroot powder over here, so it is not boiled. But if you are using fresh beetroot, yes, you will have to boil it and grate it. You can boil it along with your potatoes only. You don't have to boil them separately. बीटरूट पाउडर स्टोर बॉट होता है, मार्केट में बहुत इजीली मिल जाती है. यू कैन सी इस पे कितना अच्छा एक प्यारा सा कलर आया. आई एम जस्ट गोना गेट दिस आउट. आई एम गोना पुट अनदर वन इन. So there goes another one. Okay, so ये fry होता रहेगा. Meantime, I will just answer all the questions and we'll wrap up the session for the day. So I've almost answered all the questions over here. So I've answered almost all the questions over here, and what is the alternative of beetroot? That's a very good question. अगर आपको इसमें beetroot use नहीं करना है, and if you're a fan of spinach, you can very well blanch your spinach. Spinach blanch करने के लिए आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. Just market से आप spinach के leaves लाइए, clean it very nicely, and आप पानी boil कर लीजिए. Once your water comes to a boil, you add in a pinch of baking soda in it, जो खाने वाला सोडा होता है. अब वो उसमें डालेंगे उबले पानी में, and अपनी spinach you will drop it in that boiled water, and सिर्फ 30 सेकेंड्स आपने वो स्पिनच उसमें रखना है, एंड यू विल रिमूव इट आउट एंड यू विल पुट इट इन आइस कोल्ड वाटर का बोल. आपने एक बोल ले लेना है जिसमें पानी होगा ठंडा और बहुत सारी बर्फ होगी, उसमें स्पिनच डाल देनी है. वंस योर स्पिनच कम्स टू अ टेम्परेचर, तो उसके बाद आप उसे ब्लेंड करके प्यूरी कर सकते हैं। दी होल पर्पस ऑफ ब्लैंचिंग द स्पिनच इन दिस वे इज कि उसकी जो ग्रीन कलर होता है वो बहुत ज़्यादा एनहांस हो जाता है एंड वो स्टे करता है, क्योंकि यूजली जब आप पालक कुक करते हैं वो काली पड़ जाती है। सो टू अवॉइड दैट एंड टू हैव अ वेरी नाइस वाइब्रेंट ग्रीन कलर, यू विल ब्लैंच इट लाइक दिस। एंड अगर आपको अगेन होल स्पिनच नहीं यूज करनी है, आप स्पिनच का पाउडर भी मिलता है मार्केट में। सो ऑल दीज इंग्रेडिएंट्स के डिहाइड्रेटेड पाउडर्स मिलते हैं मार्केट में विच आर वेरी गुड एंड हेल्दी टू यूज, दे आल्सो नेचुरल एंड प्रिजर्वेटिव फ्री। तो यू ऑल कैन गेट इन टच विद मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम एंड आई कैन शेयर सम लिंक्स विद यू ऑल अबाउट आपको कौन सा प्रोडक्ट लेना चाहिए नहीं लेना चाहिए, कोई भी आपकी कंफ्यूजन है, आई विल हेल्प यू गाइज आउट विद इट। सो डू यू ऑल हैव एनी अदर क्वेश्चंस? तो हमारा दूसरा भी ऑलमोस्ट फ्राई हो चुका है। If you guys have joined in late and you guys have missed anything out on the recipe, please do not worry, because I will be sharing the entire detailed recipe on my Instagram along with pictures and everything. And आपको कोई भी query होगी, you all can send me a DM on Instagram and I will be happy to help you guys. Plus, my Instagram ID goes by the name Chef Riddhima Masood. It is mentioned in the description of this live session, so you all can find it there. This is also done. Do you all have any other questions here? So thank you guys for joining in and I hope you guys had fun watching this amazing recipe as much as I enjoyed cooking it for you guys. If you all have any queries, like I said, you all can follow me on Instagram and send me DMs, and I'm putting up an entire detailed recipe on my Instagram as well by end of the day today. And also you all can find many other recipes over there. If you all have any queries about, probably you all have some pantry ingredients left and you all don't know what to do with it, you all want to go creative with it, you all can totally DM me on Instagram saying that, I have XYZ ingredients, what can I do? Happy to help. If you guys make this recipe, do share pictures on Instagram, tag Amal India, tag me Chef Riddhima Masood, and share pictures with us. We'll be happy to see your creations. And if at all your profile is a private profile, do share a screenshot with us. Thank you for tuning in, guys. See you.